It's your boy live and direct in full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. I just wanted to take you to a quick understanding. There's a lot of fucked up This was pretty much a very fucked up situation in itself. A lot of crazy shit that happened that we can all learn a lesson from this. And one of the humble lessons that we can learn is, you know what I'm saying, this could have became a very, very, very ugly situation. And people need to realize that people are not as easy of a target as you think they are, which is why if you're not ready to get a fight, start a fight or whatever, you just shouldn't be involved in the fight. The way I see it, you know what I'm saying. Now, shout out to my sister. Shout out to Sister Tubman, one of my supporters on YouTube. You know, this is pretty much from a post and stuff like that. Now, as you see right here, you know, you may not see this in this entirety, but as you see right here, or bits and pieces of it, this dude is looking like Jack Johnson ready to fight. And this dude is obviously have some type of either military experience or some type of extensive martial art background. Let me go in on this real quick. Oh my god. The fuck. This is crazy. Yo, hold on for a second. These angles. Well, take a look at this. Now, currently, these guys are at what you call a safe distance. And I'm gonna go down in my snapshots. Hopefully it ain't nothing too crazy. Give me a second. Let me go in my snapshots real fast. Give me a second. Let me turn over so the audience can take a look at it. Sorry about that, guys. Now, as the snapshot says, this is the safety range. The safety range is pretty much where one can touch each other, and as the thing had said, as the thing you see across the screen says, a fighter can launch his attack if they make a small step when one is armed. You know what I'm saying? Ranges changes as one is armed. Now, going back to this situation right here, the guy is clearly in a safe distance right here. Now, if the guy didn't violate his personal space prior to this, he should have walked away from this situation. Point blank, period, end of discussion. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those situations that he clearly didn't want no smoke. Now, let me see what pops up right here. Yeah, that's civil rights jab. What happened before the civil rights jab, though? Hold on for a second. Now, please be clear, guys. When a guy is doing this, unless you got hands, look at his posture right here. This guy is pretty much ready to fight because he knows ultimately only one or two things going to happen. Either a fight is going to happen or something fucked up is about to happen. But either way, this guy is pretty much prepared. Now look at his posture. His posture, it says it all. He's like, I'm ready for one more good ass whooping before I go in my wheelchair. And the reaction of his girl, the female, where I don't know who this woman is to this young guy, but this obviously she knows something is about to fucking happen. You can just look at her eyes and her facial expression is like, what this motherfucker got into. So in the next video, in this next sequence, and I will stroll up right here. This kid is clearly wide open. Either this dude has zero, and I mean zero friggin' posture. You know, now again, if you're not a fighting person, sometimes it's just better to walk away in certain situations. This would have been a great situation for him to walk away. Now, I don't know what happened, to play the devil's advocate. I don't know what happened prior to this situation happening. But if he was going to fight the guy, because in all honesty, we don't really know what happened prior to the video. I mean, I'm talking about the general public social media. We don't know what happened prior to this video. But clearly, his posture is off. Clearly, this dude has not, either he's never been in a fight before, or he used to jumping motherfuckers. Because he has no kind of defense. The thing is, he's looking directly at him, obviously ready to get a kill shot, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, having an eye on the strike zone. You know, paying attention to his posture. This kid looks more like he's ready to pull his pants up and throw a punch from pulling his pants up. You know, what the fuck he's gonna do? A Roy Jones pull counter? Floyd Mayweather pull counter? Who the fuck he think this? How the fuck this motherfucker think he is? Now, let's go back to that video, by the way. Hold on. Let's go back to the segment. This dude right here is so fucking wide open. He's so fucking wide open to where you could have literally did anything you could possibly wanted to. He's straight ready for a fucking roundhouse kick. He is straight ready for an axe kick upside his head. And then the guy got reach on him. A lot of things could have happened to this dude. A straight right hand to the jaw, a sweeping counter. This dude is so wide open, he's ridiculously open to a fucking punch. I mean, what is this motherfucker thinking? This is why I tell people they need to know how to fight. And again, knowing how to fight don't mean going out here picking a fight. Sometimes it's better not to fight in certain situations. But again, I don't know what happened prior to this situation. But obviously this guy's, from what we're looking at, this guy is more in a defensive posture than anything. So it looks like the old man is in the right. And like Tariq Nasheed said in this video, a lot of these old dudes got one more ass whooping left in them. And this dude got a March on Selma ass whooping waiting to deliver to this motherfucker right here. A lot of things could have happened to this dude. A number 2 front kick. Number 1 front kick. This dude is so wide open. A kick to the nuts, a knee. This dude is so wide open. He could have literally did anything he wanted to this guy. Now, let's go here. Now, shout out to Coach Sheldon Harrison. He's one of the best at breaking down fights. But this situation is pretty much not a lot of difference between how he breaks down fights. You know what I'm saying? This is courtesy of Coach Sheldon Harrison's fight versus this is courtesy of his film study on Valentina Lomachenko. But we're doing a real life combat film study. You know what I'm saying, in this situation, because most of my experiences in, you know, sparring in martial art gyms, I've been in real fights out on these streets for real. But he's not aware of the strike zone whatsoever. You know, even though this is an MMA fight, this also can be applied on the streets as well. You know, that is the strike zone right there. That Antonina Slachenko, you know what I'm saying, Valentina Slachenko's sister, you know what I'm saying, biological sister, you know what I'm saying. This dude, if you go back to the thing for a second. There's a major difference. You know what I'm saying? There is an absolute major difference. One, he's not even looking inside the strike zone. He's not aware that this dude could have did anything. He could have pulled out a weapon. He would have been dead. She's got awareness right here. Now, I know there's a difference between a real combat sport fighter and a street fighting, but there's some elements you can use in combat sports on the street in certain situations. Again, sometimes you're not ready for a weapon to be pulled out. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things could have happened to this kid. Look at her awareness. And I mean, I know he's drawing a line, you know, brother Coach Sheldon Harrison, shout out to him. I know he's drawing a line between the strike zone, but this can be applied on the streets. Best to believe that. You know, this definitely can be applied on the streets. Another thing this kid did wrong was directly walk right into the March on Selma jab. You never attack a person directly, especially on the streets, because you give that person time to react. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, if you gotta initiate a fight, and particularly protecting a loved one, or you realize you're in a situation where there's no way out, no negotiation, and sometimes the best thing to do is just, hey, look, what can we do to resolve this situation? Instead, this guy, not even aware of what could happen to this dude, he's so busy running his mouth, he's so busy getting inside this dude's personal space. He could have thrown a left hook at this kid, and he would have been out of there. Point blank, period, end of discussion. There's so many fundamental errors. Anybody that's been in a fight, or I'm talking about a trained combat sports fighter, even a martial artist, a guy that takes up self-defense or whatever, he's made so many fundamental flaws in fighting. He's lucky he just went home with a civil rights jab. I mean, let's just keep this 1,010. And then our last thing is, this is what he pays for. And obviously, from that point on, the kid is very butthurt at this point. He's so butthurt that he's throwing shit, as we saw earlier in the video. He's doing so much that it's just I don't know. This motherfucker right here is just extremely stupid. And then back to the video at hand. Hold on. Back to the video. Now, again, the thing is, you should never put yourself in a position of being the attacker unless that situation is necessary to be the attacker. But in a situation like this, in a situation like this, I don't know what happened prior to this, but the thing is, it looks like the guy is pretty much, not trying to start no shit. It might have been a verbal altercation. It could have been anything before then. But the thing is, never, and I say never, never have your hands down like this. This is the right posture to have in a situation of confrontation. This is why people need to go to a good martial arts school. Boxing is a good school to teach you posture. Karate, particularly Kyokushin, particularly Hapkido, Gojo Ryu. Go to a good martial arts school. Get into a good boxing gym. But under no circumstances, should your hands be down like this, as seen with the guy on the left. So this your boy, live and direct, in full effect after 832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Slim do. Peace out.